Hello, my name is Yandi. The topic of my presentation is the training strategy effects on organization performance. Nowadays, the knowledge and skills are increasingly important for organizational performance. If the organizations want to remain competitive, workplace learning and continuous improvement are more essential. So, successful organizations are thought to invest much money on training aspect. In 2006, industry report that in the United States, organizations spent a total of $55.8 billion on training. The organizations spent substantial money on formal training and development programs each year in order to acquire improvements in organizational performance. There are 7 elements for high performance. It includes personal responsibility, trust, innovation, strength, leadership, vision, and people. Among them, people are the core position in this structure, so the training employees are very important factor for a company to improve the performance. Training is a task which helping employees improve the knowledge, skills, and attitudes in order to improve the performance in the job. Training should meet employees and organizational needs to impart new knowledge and skills effectively. The purpose of training strategy is provide an opportunity for all staff to develop themselves in order to achieve the corporate objectives and meet the organization's mission. Finally, improve the performance. Training program was divided into 3 categories: business skills, technical skills, and fundamental skills training. Training strategy has many strengths to improve the organizational performance. Firstly, training strategy could improve the organization productivity. For example, the U.S. Department of Education with the Bureau of Census made a research on how training impacts productivity. The results show that if the capital stock increased by 10%, the productivity increased by only 3.2%. An individual's work hour increased by 10%, but the productivity increased by 6%. An individual educational level increased by 10%. Productivity increased by 8.6%. So training could increase the most organization productivity. Secondly, it could increase the organization's profit. After the companies increased their annual training budget, these companies increased the profit by 11.4%, but those didn't adopting training strategy increased profit by only 6.3%. 3 in 4 of companies after using training strategy saw the profit increase. Thirdly, it could improve the organization competitive. An organization's results could become the organization's competitive advantage. So, training could be looked at as human resource investment on the employees. It provides the employees unique knowledge, skills, and abilities in order to achieve organizational goals, thus help the organizational performance in order to improve the status in the market. Finally, Training strategy is a method of distinguish between own company and other companies in the market. Many leading companies created a competitive advantage by training business consulting skills for their sales people. For example, learning a consultative skills could identify the best method to gain an understanding of the customer business. Salespeople, through a more strategic standpoint, begin to approach customers and develop more profit and compelling solutions, thus to improve the organizational performance. However, training strategy has many weaknesses. Firstly, it is often criticized for too expensive. The organization may lack of funding to provide for all the employees' training, paying overtime, and the cost of resource. The training cost is a big fund for some small companies. Secondly, the final stage of training program is evaluating the training effectiveness. There are not enough training resource criteria, so evaluate training program still use most organizations' reaction criteria. It is difficult to find formal methods to evaluate the training. Now, many evaluations mainly focus on short-term, hands-on training. If the evaluation standard is different, the effect of training on organization results couldn't be justified to evaluate. Thirdly, the training results couldn't directly affect results. It could improve the individual's ability after training, but the organization couldn't gain the benefit because many employees resign after training. This to the organization couldn't improve the performance. Finally, it is difficult to find strong evidence of training investments could be as a justified method to improve organizational performance in the human resources literature. Although it attracted many companies' concern, this is because most models and research have analyzed based on the individual level. To summarize, the training strategy is a major topic and area of research in human resource management. So, this presentation introduced the training relevant concepts. The main purpose of this presentation is critically evaluating the training strategy effect on the organization performance. If the organization could adopt a training strategy according to the training guidelines, it could improve the performance. But if it is not feasible at any conditions, training strategy also has many weaknesses. In my opinion, the strengths are more than the weaknesses, so it is feasible to improving the organizational performance.